beer, rum, and rock and roll.
All right, it's happy hour, boys and girls. We're back with another edition of Beer, Rum, and Rock and Roll.
Oh, man. Looking forward to it. We've been on a little hiatus.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Well, life happens.
Yeah. I
What
guess.
do you do?
Well, you drink rum.
Yes. You mean this isn't your number one priority? Yeah. So everything's good? Yeah?
Yeah, everything is groovy, man.
There's lots to talk about in the world of rock right now, I'm telling you.
I want to hear the news. So
Okay.
bring me the news.
I'll start with, I'm excited by this. Cliff Williams, bass player for AC/DC,
Right.
who quit after that Axl run.
Right.
He was spotted with Brian Johnson in Vancouver, where they're recording the album.
Right.
So it doesn't take a genius to figure out he's probably back in the band, which is fantastic, because the more original guys you got there, the better.
It
Right?
just all comes from them.
Yes.
No one can go in there and really do it justice. Not with that
So
band.
that was cool to hear.
It just seems to me, and I don't want to get all bummed out on AC/DC right now, but with Malcolm gone, that was it. It should have been. It should have been.
Yeah, that's tough. Angus isn't done. But the new album, I guess, has Malcolm's fingerprints all over it. His
Okay.
riffs, I don't know if all of them, but he's involved.
Okay.
Old
Huh.
riffs he had on tape and stuff. So it's like a tribute to
He
him.
was
I
the
guess.
riff master of
He
that
was.
band.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's like a tribute to him, I guess.
Huh.
So they'll go around one more time,
Yeah.
and I think that'll be it. I know we talked about this on another podcast briefly, but the hologram thing, the
Right.
Frank Zappa one, I've seen it, a clip, and it's official. It's going to tour.
Frank Zappa! Back on stage! Playing his guitar, singing his songs with his live band! Give me your dirty love. Special guest stars! The world premiere of new music! With performances no one has ever heard of songs you want to hear. Mind-blowing visuals no one has ever seen.
For those of you in the audience with an interest in things scientific, you'll be able to see our incredibly expensive hologram hanging in the middle of the stage.
The bizarre world of Frank Zappa. Live on tour 2019.
To me, Frank Zappa, his music, his whatever vibe, his aura, it lends itself to this kind of production.
Right.
For Dio, to me,
Not as much?
not as much.
Yeah.
But the Frank Zappa, I get the connection for sure.
It's called The Bizarre World of Frank Zappa.
I'm sure it is.
Right. And I guess it runs from April in the US and then May in Europe, and they're going to see what the demand is and go from there. But
Huh?
I don't know. I'm torn.
I gotta go see
'Cause I love
that.
Frank, but-
Me too. Like, I love the Steve Vai connection to that whole thing. That story is just awesome.
He cut his teeth with him, man.
I know.
Like,
This guy, Steve Vai, who
he was-
David Lee Roth and the dude on Crossroads.
Yeah.
If you don't know the name Steve Vai,
and Whitesnake.
Whitesnake,
Mm-hmm.
and the solo stuff he does, he's just a monster player.
He's a
Total
genius.
rock and roll genius.
Oh, he is.
for sure.
Yeah. I think he was 20. Like, he was super fucking young.
Yeah.
And he auditioned for Frank, and Frank is
Yeah.
a musical genius himself.
Yeah.
And it was a tough audition, you can imagine. And he got
probably
the
threw
gig, man.
everything at him.
You bet he did.
If we could land that show,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. That'd be
I
fun.
might change my mind on the hologram for that one.
Yeah. For that one, I could see it.
Okay, this is going to be
Cool.
this came as no surprise to me because it's only been 3 years, but Heart is back together. Did you hear this?
No.
Yeah, they're back. They mended their ways.
Huh.
Right? It was ugly. Like, apparently Ann Wilson's husband hit Nancy Wilson's kid. Like, it was fucking
Really?
Oh yeah, it was some full-on domestic shit, right?
Huh.
Yeah, and that was that. So they went their separate ways.
How long ago was that?
3 years ago. Yeah. Now they mended that fence and they're back. Bit of sad news. Peter Frampton's going to retire. Did you hear that? He's 68 and he's got some muscle disease. I'm not going to pretend to pronounce what the name is. It's some crazy
Yeah.
medical name. Yeah, so he's going to do one little spin around and he's going to pack it in.
It's good to see him. Like, we went.
He's awesome. I mean, he's an awesome player. He's more than Frampton Comes Alive. I mean, that's a great album, but he's really good.
Yeah, it was good to catch this guy before he packed it in.
It was, and I only saw him the one time with you. That was it for me.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah,
And
opening for Steve Miller. And I
Right.
thought he was way better than Steve Miller. I mean, I like Steve Miller, but they should have flipped that. He doesn't have as many hits. I get it. But I enjoyed him more.
yeah, definitely the flip situation for me as well.
Yeah.
It's one thing about Steve Miller. Yes, he had this greatest hits collection that,
Oh, man, who doesn't have that album? Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But as an impact as a player, and
Yeah.
yeah,
He's awesome.
he's pretty cool.
And Jason Bonham and his Zeppelin evening, he can't call it the Zeppelin experience anymore. Zeppelin evening, they're opening his last tour.
Ah,
Yeah.
Cool.
And I've seen that. It's really good. That fucking band does Zeppelin. Oh my God. And he does a tribute to his dad. And it's a cool thing.
that was the comments from Paige, I think, when they were talking about if he was able to play.
Oh, he's able to play.
And
Yeah.
he said he knew better than his dad what to do. you know,
Yeah.
which was
probably.
a cool thing, right? You know, that he dedicated his time and his energy and his
Yeah.
soul into his dad's role in that band, which was monstrous,
Yes, of
to
course.
say the least.
Yeah. Another tour. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson pairing up again for the
There's a
run.
perfect marriage.
It really is. Yeah. What's it called? Oh, the Twins of Evil.
Perfect. Oh,
here's
man.
the title. Twins of Evil, Hell Never Dies Tour.
The madness returns. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. Twins of Evil, Hell Never Dies Tour 2019. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Feel the heat. Hell is upon us.
I mean, that's a great double bill. Manson opens and Zombie
Has to.
closes. Yeah, I would love to see that, but it's only coming, the closest to Calgary it's coming is Saskatoon. I don't know why.
Why Saskatoon?
Why stop? Why? I don't get that, but whatever.
But if you're going to hit some Canadian dates and
yeah,
bigger centers aren't on it, doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it either.
I haven't seen Rob Zombie. I've seen Marilyn, but I haven't seen Rob
Oh,
Zombie.
dude, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like Halloween hurled all
I am
over the
going
stage.
to, I am
It's
going to John
awesome.
5.
Yes, you are. I'm
Yes.
very jealous. Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna do my best to see if we can get a clip from this guy for the show, because
Right.
phone calls will be made, emails will be written. We're gonna see what we can
Worth
do.
a shot.
Yeah.
What's
for
interesting about that too is he played for Manson and Zombie,
sure. Right.
and Zombie's drummer also played for Manson. Like he's got a half of Manson's band right now. But I got a feeling he's a little easier to work with, Rob, than Marilyn. I know he is.
I would think he comes across. Rob Zombie comes across as this scary individual, but I think
He's all business, man.
yeah.
Yeah. And he puts on a great show.
Yeah.
Kiss. We have to talk about Kiss, of
Okay.
course.
Of course we do.
Nikki Sixx is at it again.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He's talking about, and Kiss fans lost their minds on this, but he said, and I quote, "Wow, our body wasn't even cold before they took the exact grand finale
Right.
from our tour. Might not matter to Kiss fans, but it does matter to Crue fans. I dug their music when I was a little kid, and it was cool to co-headline together a few years ago, but this disappoints me." Now, Kiss fans lost their shit because, oh my God, as if Kiss didn't influence everybody with a stage production. Well, of course, he fucking knows that. He's not stupid. He's talking about a very specific part of the show. It's those big cherry picker
Yeah.
things.
I saw the clip.
And I saw that Motley show, and I saw the Kiss show. I haven't seen it live, but I saw it on YouTube. And it's identical. Confetti, streamers, the lifts, whatever. He's just saying, hey, it's too close. But here's the thing. Guess who the production designer is for both those shows?
Same.
Same fucking guy.
Right.
The cynical part of me is like, well, that Motley movie's coming out, so maybe he's just trying to stay in the press and all that. But he seems like a genuine guy, and he seems literally annoyed by that.
You could look at it one of two ways. You either think, okay, hey, that's cool. I'm kind of proud that you dig what we've done and you're using it to your thing. You know, I take it as a kind of a compliment.
Right.
Fucking move on.
Right.
That's cool. We did it first. I know this. Our fans know this.
Right.
Done.
Who cares?
Right?
Who cares?
Who cares? This is a fucking part of a stage show.
Right.
That's the way I think I would like to look at it.
Right.
Or you go exactly the opposite and go, fuck, I did that first. I want everybody to know I did that first. This was us first.
Yeah.
We're way cooler than this band.
Yeah. I'll just give you the rest of it. It was a lot of work and it cost a lot of money. We used the lights, and at the end of the set, these arms come down from the ceiling, and me and Vince would jump on them. They'd take us over the crowd for a grand finale, right?
Yeah.
But then he sees the Kiss video. They're using the arms. Exactly the same shtick. I think it's uncool. I think it's uncool of the company to make the same thing for them. That's an interesting point. Hang
Now,
on.
that is a point I can agree with.
And then he adds, it just bothers me. It was our last tour, and something that people have posters on their walls is now being repeated by Kiss. Sure, we use pyro and stuff, but with this, we reinvented an idea, and this was our fucking idea. I see both sides of it. I mean, I'm not, who cares? But if you put a lot of time and sweat into something and somebody takes it, yeah, I get that too.
I get both sides.
And why did that guy do the same thing, repeating himself? That seems kind of weak.
That's the challenge here.
Yeah.
Is anybody with any sort of class would have said, yeah, we should do something different.
Right.
But they chose not to.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just been shitty news for Kiss lately.
I mean, shitty news for Kiss, other than they're selling out every fucking night. I mean, they don't give a fuck. They're selling out every night of this tour.
They don't give a fuck.
They do not care.
No.
And nor should they really. They're just doing what they do.
Bummer news. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. And we'll just keep this line going. Stay on Nikki Sixx.
Okay. Yeah,
Kiss.
great.
Have you seen the trailer for The Dirt?
Win it all or lose it all, we are Motley Crue.
Thoughts?
Okay, I want to see this film.
Of course.
There's
Yeah.
so that is the for surety about this whole thing.
Is that a word for surety?
For surety. I just made it up. For surety.
I love that.
I think I do too. I think a T-shirt will be made. For surety.
Continue.
For sure. I will continue. Watching it, right away, I wanted to start thinking about the people playing these roles of these iconic rockers.
Right.
And on first glance, I was like, oh, I don't believe it.
Like they don't look enough like the guys, you mean?
That or that they don't present themselves
Okay.
in like something about it.
Right.
Watching just the trailer, and that's all we know right now.
That's right.
Right? That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's all we know besides reading the book.
Yeah.
I love the content of the story. I don't think they're going to ever capture all the things that really had the needle buried as far as rock, kids,
Yeah.
and the behaviors that they would obviously present in, if you've read The Dirt, you know where they're going
Yeah.
with
Well, you're
this stuff.
condensing years into minutes. So
That's right.
It's hard.
So I'm kind of, and what I saw, I was like, it's going to be fun.
Right.
Is it going to be as fun as I expected? I'm not sure.
We're in sync there. I watched it, and I didn't have the same. I still want to fucking see this, obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
But I didn't have the same feeling I did with the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer and the Rocket Man trailer. And I know why they went to Netflix now, because I saw an interview with Nikki. Because my first thought, before I knew what I'm about to tell you, my first thought was, well, it looks like straight to Netflix. Like it doesn't, the production value doesn't seem as high. Like the wigs aren't quite as good. Like that kind of stuff. It looks,
there's something.
it
And
looks a
I
little-
can't put my finger on it.
looks a little low budge maybe. Like I don't know. But according to Nikki, he said, you know, like it's been in development a long time. So it was at Paramount. Well, they don't want to make the movie Nikki Sixx wants to make.
I think
See ya.
I think I sense it already.
They don't want to show all that stuff. Hand it to Nikki, man. He does. He wants to tell their story as good as he can in 2 hours, warts and all. So Netflix said, here you go. Make the movie you want to make.
Right.
That's why it's there.
Okay.
This is R-rated. This is not Bohemian fucking Rhapsody.
Right.
This is full on. But I'm with you. It doesn't...
This is just on the trailer.
Exactly. And I've seen wicked trailers
Yeah.
to movies that turn out not that great and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it's better than the trailer is.
Me
Like
too.
it looks good, not great. That's what I'm getting.
Perfect. That you summed it up perfectly.
Okay.
I hope it's better than the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. And because I'm such a fucking Motley nerd, there's little things that I'm like, oh, that doesn't look like the car Vince was driving. Shit like that.
Okay.
He was driving a Pantera. That's a fucking Corvette. Like,
You got a lot up here, man.
Oh,
You got a lot
I got and this bald head.
No hair, but a lot of everything else
This
up there.
bald head's full of useless information. Well, we'll be there
Oh yeah.
watching it on my big screen,
This will be happening
and it'll be fun.
more than once,
Yeah.
I would expect.
I hope it's not a letdown.
Let's talk about the
Okay.
song.
Yes, the song "The Dirt" they also released.
Yeah.
They're doing 4 new tracks. They produced them with Bob Rock. The titles are, I got it here, "Ride with the Devil," "Crash and Burn," and they do a cover. Are you ready? Of "Like a Virgin," Madonna. Yeah, this could be cool, right?
I can
Yeah.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
Whether they produce something that works with the idea that I have in my head, it'll be
see.
two different
We'll
things
see.
possibly.
Yeah.
Huh.
But the track they did release is "The Dirt."
The months, the days, never gonna fuck about the time. They never found a way to break us down. That's why we're still around. Give me the dirt, just give me the dirt.
What did you think of it?
Okay, I want you to go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
you go first.
It sounds like a Motley Crue track. I love the riff. The chorus is catchy. Machine Gun Kelly, who plays Tommy Lee in the movie, he raps in it. I could take or leave that part. It's okay. Singing about, I don't know, cocaine and big tits. Feels a little dated somehow. I could live without the rap part, but the track it's good. Not great. Like it didn't blow me away, but I enjoy it. It sounds like Motley Crue and it's well produced.
Yeah, first listen.
I like the riff.
I like the guitar riff.
Yeah. Rocks.
Hate the chorus.
Yeah, it's a bit poppy. Hey?
It's too poppy and it's Bob Rocky. It's Def Leppard-y. It's
It's Bob Rocky.
like
Yes, it is.
the gang vocals there. It just screamed his style.
Well, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like it could have been on Saints of Los Angeles, that album. It's an album. I do like that album a lot.
Yeah, but they were produced heavy.
Very produced heavy, yeah. It sounds like it could have came right off of that.
Yeah, and I thought the fact that the song name is The Dirt,
Yeah.
that it would be more dirt-like, more organic in tone.
Or Shout of the Devil.
Like, say they brought in Rick Rubin for that,
Right.
like he did with Black Sabbath, where he said,
Right.
we're going back to
going
where it
here.
started.
Yeah.
And we're going to capture that essence.
Yes.
And they didn't. And that's, I think
Yeah.
on listening to that track, yeah, you can sing along with it. It's
Yeah.
got a catchy little riff, but
Yeah.
it's not the Motley Crue that destroyed
Yeah.
the situation that was going on
Yes.
in the early 80s.
Well, hopefully the other tracks are better.
And we hope that the film is better.
Yes.
So everything left
Yeah.
us going, come on, give me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think that's my reaction.
Yeah. I'm with you. 100%. I want to talk about Aerosmith just briefly because I thought of you when I read this.
Okay.
They pretty much sold out that first run of shows. I don't think it's 15.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they added a bunch more in the fall and winter, another 18 shows or something.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read this because I thought of you because of the production of this show. So I'll just read you. It's like right out of the press release or whatever. One of the most innovative, state-of-the-art audio and video technology experiences in Las Vegas. The show features never-before-seen visuals and audio from Aerosmith recording sessions. The producer is known for the Beatles' Love, Cirque du Soleil thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They teamed up with THX and L Acoustics to deliver the world's first THX certified live performance, presented in LISA immersive hyper-real sound. Whoa, that's a fucking mouthful. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
I bet you it's going to sound good. So I thought of you. I thought, man, that would be something that you'd like to hear, I'm sure. Like, I bet you it's going to sound unreal.
I just love the fact that a band is going and trying to make it a sonic experience that is like no other.
Make it different.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're in a live performance in a club or concert hall or whatever, yeah, they got a PA and they push things around, but depending on where you are, you get a different experience.
Right.
Generally.
Yeah. Where are you standing in the room?
Exactly.
Yeah,
where you are experiencing this.
You want to be by the sound guy.
That's sure, exactly.
That's where you want to be. Really,
exactly.
Yeah.
Go where the guy is mixing it for.
Exactly.
For sure. No one wants to stand there.
That's right.
It's too far away.
Yeah.
So I think what they're doing here is they're really trying to control the experience and really putting an emphasis on the sonic contribution that they're providing to their fans.
Yes,
and,
totally.
Wow.
And that's what's great about Vegas.
Please, I'd rather hear that more than
yeah.
what gimmick they stole from Motley Crue back in the day.
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather hear that story.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought it up. This is awesome.
A Vegas residency is that. They give you something special. Well, they're
so
they're
controlled.
Fucking charging enough. Yeah. It's controlled. They can do things. They don't have to tour.
And they tweak it.
Yeah.
So that you don't want to go to the first show, maybe.
Yes.
Unless you wanted to just have that notch.
I agree. Like, I can't wait. It's just going to be great. Yeah. If that's the last time I see him, I'll be good, I think, Okay, it's time once again for a Beer, Rum, and Rock and Roll concert review. You weren't there, but I was. I got somewhat dragged, because I'm going to be a hypocrite here, to see Foreigner at the casino here in Calgary.
Right.
Now, if you listen to the other podcasts, I went on a rant about original members, and there is only one original member in this band. And when he's not feeling good, there's fucking no original members in this band. But it was my brother's birthday, and my sister wanted to do this. A little family affair. So we all, Blair, Glennis, myself, and our spouses, went off to see Foreigner. Okay. On the positive, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I love Foreigner's music.
Live music, how can it not put a smile on your face unless it's absolutely terrible? It's not going to be terrible. Yeah.
Yes, and it did. And the band kicked ass.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking awesome at playing those songs. Jeff Pilson from Dawkins is on bass. He runs the band, by the way. Just a little sidebar. Kelly Hansen, the singer, sounds enough like Lou.
Right.
He's not a parody.
That you're in it. You're in it.
And his voice, of course, he's way younger.
Right.
Is way stronger than Lou's is today. Sang his ass off. Mick Jones was there, so that's cool. He looks way older than everybody else.
Right.
I'm sitting with Ray. He goes, I bet you half the people in here are going, who's the fucking old guy? Well, he's the founder of the band.
He's the original member.
It's his band.
That's really why you're here.
And it is his band. And I had a good time. But on the negative, again, this is broken record stuff. I'd be curious to survey that crowd. A, who gives a shit who's in the band?
Right.
They don't. They don't know who's original, who isn't. They don't care.
They don't care.
They want to hear that music loud. So basically, but you would never pay $100 to see a fucking Foreigner tribute band. You wouldn't. But that's exactly what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. Yeah.
So I'm all over the place with it. I had a good time, had some beers, listened to the music. Everybody and it was sold out, I might add. Sold right the fuck out. And everybody in there had a great time. So how do you argue with that?
Well, the difference is...
It's weird.
The difference between a tribute band and Foreigner touring as Foreigner is that they've scoured. They're finding the right person to make the music as close as possible to the original.
And they were really good.
That is the difference.
You're right.
So you're going to pay a little bit more for that.
Good point. Yeah, a tribute band in a bar is not the
right.
talent level.
What's a local guy that can pull off this repertoire? Right?
I mean, these guys were nailing it, right?
Exactly. So you're paying for that. And the experience, and their catalog is quite extensive and quite good. That, it's probably worth it, especially if you like their music.
But again, I'm just,
Yeah. No, I know. But you're there.
I wouldn't have went if
Yeah.
I didn't get pressured into it. But again, but I had fun. It is what it is.
Good.
It's strange though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time once again for the beer, rum, and rock and roll top 10.
Oh, dude.
This is
This one has caused such grief and such commitment to time.
yeah. If there's a top 10 in our future that's as tough as this one, I'll be surprised. This was fucking brutal.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't want to do this again.
Okay, here's what it is. It's that desert island top 10. So what that means, if you had to pick 10 albums in your collection and that's all you could listen to for the rest of your life, what would they be? So this, for me, isn't my top 10 favorite albums necessarily, right?
Well,
There's a difference.
I know where you're going because
There's a difference.
you need a bit of variety.
You need some variety, exactly. This was brutal. And our only rules were no greatest hits and no live albums. Because sometimes a live album, essentially it's greatest hits with a crowd on it. Like, not all the time, but a lot of the time it is.
Generally.
And we'll do a top 10 live albums.
Okay.
So we don't want to ruin that.
See, yeah, that'll be a big discussion, but there's no order. There's no like one through, like this is my favorite of all the desert islands. This is just
I
albums,
agree.
and we just kind of,
These
there's no
aren't-
rhyme or reason,
Yes.
and I'm not putting one over another in any sort of way.
I was going to get to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
These aren't in any order.
Right.
Because this isn't a rating.
This isn't a rating. This is
Yeah.
just, I'm going to talk about what I think I will need
To survive.
to survive. So who goes first?
We'll do the 10 to 6. We'll take turns again.
But
Not just,
or we can go one after another.
oh, you want to go 1, 1, 1?
Do you want to?
Okay, let's try that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
I'm in.
Okay, I'm going to start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We should mention it's top 10 with 5 honorable mentions.
And I have 5 ready to go.
That was so hard.
Oh, dude.
It's just,
But I
awful.
think it's so personal.
I'm looking at it right now going, oh, fuck, can I switch something? Yeah.
It's so personal,
Oh, yeah.
and you got to understand that. And I urge anybody listening or watching to do the same and put it in the comments. And I'd love to know what you think
You might think it's easy.
you
It's not.
need to get through the rest of
is-
your life. Now we could talk about every one of these at length. So I'm going to be very simple,
Right.
simplistic in
Right.
the way of why.
Sure. Okay, go, man.
All right. Kanye West. No, just kidding.
Holy fuck. I almost fell off my chair. My heart stopped for a
Okay.
second.
No.
Kanye West.
All right. There's no particular order.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced?
Right.
I need him in my life no matter where I am,
Right.
desert island included.
Right. You need some Jimmy.
Purple Haze, Hey Joe, Foxy Lady, Wind Cries Mary. Christ, it is awesome. Done.
Are all those songs on there?
Yeah. Carry on. You
Oh
go.
my God.
You're
now
next.
I'm thinking, how do I fucking crowbar that into my list? I forgot. Okay. Well, these are in no order, like we
Right,
said, but I'm going to
exactly.
go with 10. I got to have me some Stones in there.
Yeah.
And that alone, brutal. How am I picking a fucking Stones album? Oh. But my favorite Stones song is Bitch. So I got to go with Sticky. Sticky Fingers. I
Fingers.
got to have that album.
Right.
Can You Hear Me Knocking?
Yeah.
Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
Sister Morphine.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that goosebumps. Gotta have Nick and Keith in there. How do you not listen to them?
How can you not feel good doing this?
Yeah.
Even though I hated it, it feels pretty good. Yeah,
Oh man.
for sure. I get it.
Yeah. I'm
Totally.
sure they're on your list somewhere.
They will be. I'm sure they
Yeah.
are.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
good. Well, let's just keep on that flow here.
Sure.
Yeah, I have the Stones on my list for sure. But I had to go with Exile.
Oh fuck! It was such a toss up.
Was it?
Because you get a double album, you get more music there.
For me, there's a couple of these on my list that are going to be for that reason as well. The album is just iconic Stones all types of Stones.
Yeah.
Folky.
That was my second pick. It was just a toss-up.
It's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but great record.
Oh,
and
man.
double album. Yeah.
And it ages well. At the time, people weren't all falling all over themselves about it, but it ages awesomely. Like,
Yeah. If you talk to a Stones guy, I think that probably, well, like you say, one or two, you know.
Yeah.
Just more music for me.
That's right.
I'm winning. I'm winning.
Mine are all double albums, yeah. Okay. Again, no particular order.
Right.
This was tough, too. I was going to go Dark Side, but I went with The Wall. I got to have me some Floyd.
You did.
Yeah, that's double album. Pound for pound is just a little bit better, maybe. Well, better's not the right word. It was hard because I love Dark Side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went with The Wall. Got to have me some Wall. Got to have me that Comfortably Numb solo. I have to have that.
I went with Dark Side. Sonic masterpiece. Alan Parsons all over it.
It's so good.
And where I'd want to be listening to on a desert island all by myself with nothing around.
Yeah.
I think I could handle Dark Side a little bit more than I could handle The Wall.
I'm not taking the desert island literally.
I am. And I'm thinking, you have to think about this, and I did.
I'm just thinking
this is the parameters of this that really killed
It's
me.
the 10 albums I can only listen to for the rest of my life. I'm not actually thinking I'm on a fucking beach somewhere.
Oh, that's where I'm looking at
There's
it.
no electricity there.
I'm totally feeling it. I'm totally feeling like I'm all alone.
You don't want to get depressed.
I am cast away. You know what I mean? This is where
You're
I'm at.
Tom Hanks.
Yes, exactly.
All right, fair enough.
I'm alone in the world with my music, and this is what I want.
I mean, a good problem to have picking between those two albums. I mean, fuck. But I have to have that Comfortably Numb solo. That is one of my favorite solos of all time.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. See, I can remember it clearly in my head.
Oh.
That I could probably sing it and hum it for the rest of my life and not lose it. That's where I'm
That's
at.
not the same. You keep drinking. That ain't the same. Okay, buddy. It's my turn then.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I got to have me some King. Got to have Elvis in there. Now this, brutal with no live albums because I want Aloha from Hawaii. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I can't have that. So I went with Elvis from Memphis. The album he did after
Live
the
in
comeback.
Memphis?
No,
No, it
it's
can't
not
be
live.
live. That's right.
After the 68 comeback special, he was fucking back, right?
Right.
So we went to a Memphis recording studio and recorded this awesome double album. It's fucking wicked. I have to have Elvis.
I know this about you, and
Love him.
yeah.
Yeah, he's so awesome. There's nobody with a better voice than that.
Yeah, and the king of rock and roll, man. Like
Yeah.
that's where most would say it started.
He's a freak. Look what he wore and looked like.
Yeah.
This is not a normal person. In a good way. Right?
Hey, I don't blame you, man. I think that's a good pick.
Okay. Over to you.
Well, kind of in that same era, a couple years later from Dark Side is a pretty iconic Led Zeppelin record that had to be in my collection. And it's tough.
Zeppelin? Are you kidding? Unless you put 5 of them in
I
there.
know, exactly. It was very hard.
Oh my God.
It was very hard, but I went back to, again, this is all about me
Of course it is.
at this point.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that it's a double album.
Yeah.
It's a double album. And it captured, again, the variety of Led Zeppelin
Yep.
for me was physical
Of
graffiti.
course. Of course.
Right?
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah.
I'll just say it.
It is.
I mean,
it has to be. I mean, come on. You got
the Rockers, you got Trampled Underfoot, Custard Pie,
yeah, and then you got In My Time of Dying
Cashmere.
and Kashmir
Come on.
and Bronny Orr, which I remember hearing that little lick
Oh,
and just earworm
Yes.
burn in your brain. I gotta have that. I gotta have that
it's
with
all
me.
over the place. It even gets proggy with what's that song? In the Light,
In the Light. Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
or Boogie with Stu. I mean, yes, all their albums are awesome, but that one, if I had to pick one Zeppelin album, that is the one for me.
Right. Is that your
It's-
one?
Oh yeah, it's in there.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's in there.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got Zeppelin. So I guess that's your
Yeah.
pick. My pick. I gotta go again.
Okay, go ahead.
Again. Have to have this band
Yeah,
with me. And this was very hard. This was
I feel like I know exactly what you're going to say.
This was the toughest one.
Yeah.
But with Kiss,
Oh, this is hard.
I had to go with Kiss. Because my first record wasn't that. It was Alive. But it was
Alive was your first, hey? Yeah.
Alive was my first, but it was all the songs that I just couldn't get enough of with this band.
Right. I mean, without our rules, Kiss Alive would be the pick.
Of course.
But that's the rules.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I had to go there because those were the songs that were on that record. And it was all about the songs. Yeah, okay, the live performance was just way, way better.
Yes.
But I had to go, and I struggled with this one probably more than any.
Okay.
Was which Kiss record I would bring.
Oh, tell me about it.
So I went with Kiss, original Kiss.
Well, I'm a Kiss freak.
Where'd you go?
Because
Because I really was dying to know what you would have picked for this. Because I knew you were going to go with Kiss.
I love Rock and Roll Over. Love that album.
Is that the one?
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
But when I really started breaking it down, like I do love that album. I Want You, Dr. Love. I went with the first one.
You did, eh?
Yeah. I mean, fuck me.
Yeah.
Deuce, Black Diamond,
Right.
Nothing to Lose,
Firehouse.
Strutter, Firehouse, 100,000 Years. There's only one stiff on it, Kissin' Time.
Yeah.
A lot of my picks, especially that one, I have such an ingrained attachment to them when I was a kid.
That's right.
It's so deep. It's so fucking deep. I have to have it in my life. And that's one of them.
I know. And that's made the big decision for me as to what songs I was just, my brain exploded when I heard and captivated me to beyond belief.
To the fucking core. Like, because Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Elvis, so far for me, those were later. But I'm getting to the ones that I cannot live without.
That's right.
No matter what.
Exactly. And so I'm not surprised because there was a couple of Kiss records that I really struggle with to go with this. But if I'm alone with my thoughts, and this is all I got to listen to.
Yeah.
I needed something other than guys singing.
Okay.
I really did.
Right.
And too many options to narrow it down. So my choice was based on songs.
Of course.
And how many songs I could pack into an album.
Right.
That
you need bang for the buck, man.
I needed really bang for the buck on this one. And it was Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree. I love that album. It didn't make it for me, but I fucking love it.
It's wall to wall.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, if I put my playlist on a shuffle, I'm going to hear some songs that are just so good and had that other sonic part of it that I needed for my soul. And Fleetwood Mac Rumors was
it's iconic.
The winner.
I'll admit, I never even thought of that one. I feel a little weird about it right now that I didn't think of it. But yeah, I don't think it would have made my top 10, but I do love that album, no question.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
The Chain. That when that breakdown in the middle and it ramps up with that solo. Oh my God. Unreal.
Yeah. And they were all real contributors in that band.
Yeah. Rumors. Come on. Christy McVie singing Oh Daddy and Songbird. Like, just breaks your heart, that stuff. And it's just beautiful songwriting.
It is.
And like you said, everybody's contributing there.
Yeah.
Just awesome stuff. Now my list, we're getting into the stuff that's right to the bone.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Aerosmith. Rocks. Must have that album. Fuck. Wall to Wall. Back in the Saddle. Last Child. Nobody's Fault. Sick as a Dog. I have to have that. I mean, Toys in the Attic's great, but pound for pound, Rocks has got it over Toys in the Attic for me. Oh, God. Just Back in the Saddle alone. Tyler's on fucking fire on that song.
I got to say, I'm a huge fan of Aerosmith, but they didn't make it.
That's the end of the podcast. I got to go. Okay.
The Stones beat them to that as far as what I need to hear.
But again, that is hard fucking wired for me.
Yeah, I know, for sure. And it's
just
personal. It's again personal, but that's a great fucking record.
Oh my God.
And again, you talk to Aerosmith fans, and that and Toys.
Yeah.
That's the toss up, right?
Yeah.
It really is with those two records.
Yeah.
And
it's so good.
It must have been a hard decision.
It
I'm
was.
thinking.
Rocks
It was.
just by a nose.
Just by a nose, eh? I do like the name Rocks
Oh man.
a little better than Toys in the Attic.
Right. Cover's cooler.
It
Makes for a
is.
better t-shirt.
It does. It does.
Okay, buddy. What do you got?
Okay. I got to have me some VH wherever I go.
You think?
You think?
This is not an easy one either.
It wasn't.
Oh, God.
It really wasn't, because I really wanted to go one way with my first experience with Van Halen.
Yeah.
But the first record, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't deny it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
sure,
so
I love
good.
Mean Streets, and that was the first thing I heard.
Yeah.
But when you delve deeper into that catalog and you know this is what they came out of the gate with.
Yeah. Just sonically, it just sounds so
Oh,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
So Van Halen shows up in my Desert Island top 10.
Oh, this one was so hard. Like, yeah. Also, my pick, I'll go with Van Halen because you know they're
Yeah,
going to be there.
yeah.
I went Fair Warning.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is, I struggled with this
Oh
so
my
hard.
God. Just for me, its timeline is huge. Like, that's really my entry. That's the first concert I went to.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking played that album to death. I love every song on it. I love the first one too, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I just have more of an attachment to that one, just from my childhood.
And I did, but
Oh
I
my
diverted to what had
Fuck, Sinner's
just
Swing.
one or two more songs that
Yeah.
I wanted to hear.
How about that solo when push comes to shove?
Oh, dude.
Oh my God. And it
was a tough one, man.
It's darker. It's a dark album, and there's something about that I like too.
But see, I wanted less
Like-
dark on my Desert Island
See,
by
I'm-
myself fucking thing.
I'm not on an island. You're by yourself.
See, okay, I'm alone.
I'm in my room with my 10 albums.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to have some VH.
See,
it's a must.
This is interesting how we approach this, because I definitely took it as like,
I wasn't being that literal. I was just
I was, and so this probably made it a little harder for me.
well, you can't be that literal. There's no fucking electricity, man.
I'd make come on,
You got a
semantics.
hamster on a wheel generating
Semantics.
something. Okay,
Okay.
buddy. Give her.
So now I'm gonna go with my last three are outside of what really speaks to my heart, but I know I need a little bit of this.
Here's what's going to get interesting. right now.
and
yeah.
as you know, my first public kind of experience with music and writing music and was in the punk genre.
Yes.
But I knew that I didn't want to be listening to punk.
No Black Flag on the list.
No, no Minor Threat, no any of these things.
Right.
And I'm just going to bring this up because I had an interesting week, or last couple of weeks. I met Tony Hawk, and I had a
Right.
chat with him. I was out at an event in Banff, and
Right.
he was honored for something, and we chatted afterwards. And I told him that, in my early days, in my first band, we were a skateboard punk band
Right.
in the early 80s. I was 14 years old, and
Right.
Tony Hawk was 13. He was coming out in the skateboard community as this, star that blew everybody's mind. And we were obviously paying attention.
And music plays a huge role, obviously.
And that's what I talked to him about.
Right.
And I said, hey, man,
Hey,
who
man.
are you? I played in this band. We were skateboard punks, and, you were younger than me. We all knew who you were, and we were following your career and blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
Who are you listening to?
You asked him this.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. And
And?
he's telling me, okay, Dead Kennedys,
Of course. Yeah.
and a band called 666
Don't know that.
that I was not on my radar. So I've been kind of checking them out.
Okay.
And I urge anybody else to check them out. But this is what Tony Hawk was digging by his own words
That's cool you talked to him.
back
That's
in the
awesome.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I was into this punk thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want punk on my desert island, but I wanted something that kind of
Punkish.
spawned from that era.
Oh, where are you going to go?
I'm
there?
going to go with The Clash, London Calling, because
Right.
again, double album. So I got this, the vibe of it without being kind of aggressive as we were.
Right.
But again, it captures so many awesome styles of music that punk kind of
Yep.
dug into.
Totally. Yeah.
And they captured that massively on this 2-disc set. So it
Yeah.
gave you this nice variety and still spoke to the stuff that I was into. So
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate them and their talent, but they never spoke to me. Like, I just couldn't get into it for some reason. But I get it. I fully get it.
So another 2-disc set with a bit more music
Right.
helped me get me through.
Right.
And there's some big songs on that record too. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. My next pick.
This is the last 3. So
This
I'm
one was
excited.
a fucking no-brainer because into it early, into it hard, and I know every fucking note of this album.
Okay.
Deep Purple, Machine Head.
Okay.
I mean, it's short by today's standards, but it is fucking, every note is awesome.
Yeah.
Highway Star, Smoke on the Water, Space Truckin', Lazy,
Yeah, I know.
Never Before,
I know.
Pictures of Home. I mean,
I swear, man.
Oh,
I
man.
have multiple snapshots in my head of a smile on my face hearing Lazy.
oh, I love that fucking song. The guitar on Blackmore is unbelievable on that album.
Yeah.
Like this Highway Star, that solo alone.
Yeah. No.
Fine Lazy as well.
The musicianship, the songwriting, everything.
I'm getting
Yeah,
goosebumps
yeah.
every time I talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. I cannot live without that album.
This is way, way out of left field. Seriously. Like this is not even going to be on your
Dolly
radar.
Parton?
This is not going to be on your radar.
Well, that's good.
But again, coming from where I am with this, knowing that I'm alone, listening to my music
Yes.
on a desert island.
Yes.
Mark Cohn, The Rainy Season.
Wow.
Exactly. Now,
I can't comment. I know who he is, but I don't know that album
Okay.
at all.
at a period of my life
Yeah.
where shit was going way wrong.
Okay.
Way wrong. And I was probably late 20s to 30 era.
Right.
And this album happened. Now, this guy had a song called Walking in Memphis.
I was just going to ask you that. That's the guy, right?
Yeah.
And that's about Elvis. So awesome.
Yeah. So you get, I knew you'd appreciate
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
side of this.
Yep.
And it was a massive hit. But
Yep.
he had a next record called The Rainy Season.
Yep.
And the songs on here just went in my soul.
Right on.
His vocals, the producer, John Leventhal, I don't know if you know this name,
That name sounds familiar.
but he's done Sean Colvin.
Okay.
He's just got this organic vibe with music, instrumentation, players that showed up on this record. The songs are just, I don't know, they're just a soulful thing for me with his vocals and the music and the song titles. Like, here's a couple of them. Walk Through the World, Mama's in the Moon, The Things We Handed Down.
Right.
Like, it's not rock in the
Yeah.
sense of rock like you'd kind of think of it.
Yeah.
But the playership, it doesn't get cast into a country or a folk or anything. You got to look at it as that. Just a little snippet. He got shot in the head,
What?
some carjacking
Wow.
in Colorado. And
Like before
It-
walking in Memphis or
no,
after?
no, after. This is
Okay.
later.
Okay.
But it missed areas and
Holy shit.
he was in and out of the hospital in 8 hours, but he was shot in the fucking head.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy
That's
shit.
nuts.
Nuts.
8 hours.
Apparently.
You're free to go.
Apparently.
Holy shit.
Apparently. Anyways, fucked up. But
Yeah.
it's a record that I need to have.
Yeah, I tried to do that. Like, I better have some mellow stuff.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, that was hard. I had a really
Couldn't do it.
I
But
had
you
a
were
really
coming
hard
from a
time.
different place than me because I was, again, alone.
My
Yeah.
mellow stuff is Pink Floyd, The Wall, and Elvis. That's as mellow as I fucking got.
So what's 9? What's 9 for you?
Well, I'm all over the place because we doubled up, right?
Go ahead. What's your next guy?
My next is, I got to have me some Sabbath.
Okay.
Have to.
Okay.
Again, like Kiss, fucking brutal to pick one.
Yeah.
'Cause I love Sabotage.
Yeah.
That album is just weird and fucking cool. But I'm looking at it and I go, I can't take that over Paranoid, man.
Yeah.
How do you take that over War Pigs?
Right.
And Hand of Doom? Like, I had to go with that album.
I know.
I fucking love that album. Fairies Wear Boots. That's enough. That's enough for me to take that album. Like, come on. That song just swings.
Yeah.
It's so good. Iron Man, I was never a huge fan, but the rest of it's just awesome. I had to have that one.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're picking albums that you want content big time. Like, I thought about Black Sabbath, and if I was going to go there, I was going to go Black Sabbath. Only because it was a debut, and it's the first time I experienced Black Sabbath, and it fucking rocked me to the core. It scared me deeply. All the things that I loved about it.
But you're on an island. You might be swinging from a fucking
That's
palm tree.
why Black Sabbath didn't even make it into my top
They're too scary.
15. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much.
Oh,
but I
man.
appreciate it, and I love it, and it killed me.
I fucking love that band.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, man.
So how many have you done now? How many do you have left?
One.
Yeah, exactly. So I got one and you got one.
Yeah.
All right. So again, going in another direction.
Yeah.
That
You were ballsier than me. I had no.
It had to because it just really did jump out at me musically.
Okay.
And that was Radiohead Kid A.
Yeah. Not a Radiohead guy, man.
Yeah. And again, I wrote a little note, whole other level sonically that just consumes. The structures and instrumentation are so interesting. You start to think about things outside of what you would think about in a rock world.
Yeah.
And you think about other things. And that departure was critical to my list. Just wicked songwriting.
Now, you're telling me you're on a fucking desert island. These are your 10 albums you can listen to for the rest of your fucking life, and you have no AC/DC on there? How is that possible?
Oh, dude. You know why that's possible? And I hummed and hawed about this.
I bet you did.
But they're in my honorable mentions as a fucking no doubt. But I can pretty much recreate and hum in my head every AC/DC song that I love. And that's
enough to just hum in your head.
That I hear them so clearly because it was so part of me.
Right.
And you're going to hear this from a few of my honorable mentions based on that.
I have to have Highway to Hell.
You Highway, eh? Okay,
Yeah.
I was going another way, but
Oh,
that's
I have
interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
I love every single note of that album.
Interesting.
Love it.
Interesting.
From Highway to Hell right to Night Prowler, man. And everything in between. Beating around the bush. Walk All Over You. These are, again, ingrained. If you tore my chest open.
See,
they're
that's
in
why
there.
I let them go because they're so
can't.
ingrained.
I cannot let it go.
I can hear them clearly in my head. That's interesting, though.
Dude,
I love how
that.
we approach this. I fucking love how we approach this.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? I went to see Big Sugar in a bar years ago, and there was no opening act. They fucking cranked. I mean, as loud as the fucking whiskey PA would go, that entire album before Big Sugar came out. And I'm thinking, holy fuck, this is good. Like, I could leave.
Yeah.
After Night Prowler, I could have just fucking left. Thanks. That was fucking awesome. Like,
awesome.
Just to hear the album cranked. Thank you. Good night. I could have just fucking left. Oh my God, it was awesome. Holy fuck, they're gonna play the whole thing.
You're explaining exactly what I'm feeling right now. That I am fucking good because I listen to so much AC/DC. I love AC/DC.
Yeah.
I just hear it. It just sings in my head.
Oh, it's so good.
Fuck, that's good.
Well, there's the list, man.
That's pretty good, though. It's pretty good.
Hey, that was fun.
It's pretty good. But we got some honorable mentions.
And normally we try to keep the honorable mentions to 3. Couldn't do it here. We go into 5.
No.
We're going to 5.
My first honorable mention is Boston.
Oh, nice. The production is just unreal.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And every song on this record makes me smile.
Yep. You cannot be in a bad mood listening to that album.
You cannot.
I challenge
cannot.
you.
And its debut album, again, these debut albums really speak volumes to me because at the heart of it, they're not directed to anything but what they're trying to do. They're not looking at past results, what this, what that. It's just, this is our shit. And the way the music's gone, that's kind of lost in that.
Well, that first album you've been writing your whole life. That second one you got to write in
That's right.
2 months. Or
That's right. Exactly.
It's
It's
tough.
coming from a different
That's
place.
right. That's
but
right.
that record, Boston,
Oh, yeah. Nice one.
with me.
I never
Go.
thought of that one. Very good.
Next.
Well, you know me. I gotta have me some fucking Uncle Ted. I need some Nugent. Gotta have the Nuge. It's a must. So without live, I want double live Gonzo. but the rules,
yeah.
I had to go free for all.
Okay.
Free for all. Dog eat dog.
Yeah.
That album is so good. Meatloaf sings 2 or 3 songs on that album. Hey, before Bat Out of Hell, but nobody knew who he was. What a voice this guy's got.
Oh,
And it's I just
that
love-
shows up on a lot of top albums, like
Oh man,
Bat Out of Hell. Like,
Yeah.
I know we're stretching from
Yeah.
Ted to Meatloaf,
Yeah.
but
I love that.
on a
Album.
concept album.
I love that album.
Oh, dude.
The song "Bat Out of Hell" is just epic, just epic.
Yeah.
But back to Ted. Yeah, I love Ted, and I love his guitar playing. And there
Yeah.
we go. I need some Ted. Need some
You
Uncle
need a
Ted.
little. You need a little yin and yang. You know.
It's tough to pull away from the rock. I'm telling you.
We talked about them, but AC/DC was on my intervention.
I know it's not Highway to Hell.
and it's not Highway to Hell. It's Power Age.
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew it. Fuck, it was right there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that album's awesome.
I can't have me a desert island without some riffraff.
Yeah.
And
How about Down Payment Blues?
all of it. All of it is
You're right. It was tough.
that record. Yeah.
So good.
Hands down.
Kicked in the teeth. Come on, up to my neck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just so I'm not
Second.
painted as okay.
Honorable mention.
All this guy listens to is fucking rock. I had this in my top 10, but I just couldn't. I couldn't bump anybody out. But I had to have Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood.
Interesting.
Had to
Oh,
have it.
man. I was struggling with him, too.
Couldn't stand the weather was a close second, but just pound for pound, if I look at the tracks, man, I needed that. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Love his music.
Yeah.
He's such a player, as
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate when people say just because he covered Voodoo Child, and he covered it fucking well, that he's a bit of a Hendrix ripoff. I disagree with that 100%. This guy is his own beast. Like, he's unreal.
Oh, they came from two different worlds.
I
but,
agree.
But still played a Strat and still played blues rock.
And you can hear the Hendrix in there, but it's not.
Yeah.
He's his own thing.
Yeah. Tom Petty.
Oh, God. That was so hard.
You know, he didn't make my top 10
I know.
because it was so hard to capture what I wanted to capture in that world.
This was brutal, dude.
But Tom Petty and
Which album?
Damn the Torpedoes.
Okay. It's tough to beat that one.
Again, earlier.
Yeah.
It was an earlier record.
Yeah.
And it really, so many songs. Refugee and
Don't do me like that.
yeah, and what was that? Even the Losers.
Yep.
Oh,
Century City. Yeah.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And he comes across as a singer, songwriter, performer that is not a rock star, but a human kind of, the human component to him spoke a lot to me that
Yep. I agree.
if I had to, I have to have some of him there.
There's not a disingenuous bone in his fucking body, man.
Exactly.
Like, he is the real deal.
Right.
Yeah.
I love him.
Good call.
Yeah.
Fuck, now I'm thinking I should have had him in there. God damn it. Okay. Back to the rock. I need Priest.
Oh, you did.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I have to have
fuck.
Judas Priest.
Oh my God.
Can you guess which album? That was a tough one.
I'm thinking British Steel.
No, I got to go Screaming.
Vengeance.
Oh, yeah. Scream for Vengeance.
Interesting.
Those Electric Eye going into Riding on the Wind, going into Bloodstone.
What was it? Number 2 was British? Was it close?
It was close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that close. I love Screaming again. That album is iconic for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to have the Priest. Gotta have it.
Fuck. Yeah, you're sticking to the rock genre.
It's hard for it's hard for me not to, man.
Yeah. Honorable mention for me was GNR Appetite.
Oh, I know. They were right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was it was the greasier part of rock and roll that they screamed to that, man, I wanted to be a part of.
It's so authentic.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just took over.
Yeah.
And it took a while, but that's how good things happen, I think. And yeah, they're honorable mention because that record,
No argument that one.
That record was just too good.
It is
too good.
But again, this is just brutal. Like as if I don't love that album, but yeah, I didn't have it. Gotta have The Boss for me. I have to have some Springsteen. Well, I say I have to. It's not top 10, but
yeah,
in my honorable mention.
Yeah.
And I went Darkness on the Edge of Town.
Yeah.
Because that's got a little more of a rock edge to it. Even though it's got Racing in the Streets, which I love, but Candy's Room and the title track and Streets of Fire. I mean, I just love that album.
Right.
He's just raw and fucking rocking on that album. So I had to have Bruce.
You know, I knew you were going to have Bruce.
Yeah.
I felt it in my bones. And
It was hard not to have him in the top 10, I can tell you that.
the thing for me with Bruce was that he didn't speak to me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't live the life that he was writing about somehow, you know, so it didn't speak to me soulfully that way.
Sure.
But I could see the draw for millions and millions of people as he clearly has fans that this guy,
Yeah.
he
I mean, it's
captivates.
interesting you said that. You can relate to it on that level. For me, his music, lyrically, what he's talking about, let's say, is more like, I don't have to be a gangster to like The Godfather. Like
Right.
he's painting pictures for me.
Yeah.
He's telling me a story. I don't necessarily have to have any experience with that.
Right.
He's telling me a story.
No,
that I
he's
think is cool.
an awesome storyteller.
Yeah, he
man.
really is.
He really is.
And I had to have him in there.
And for sure, again, I'm a reincarnated fan.
You are. I know. I love it.
Of Bruce. And
Yeah. A Bruce
I
convert.
really do see the power in his writing.
Oh, man. He's awesome. Okay, buddy. One more. We got
One more.
This is going to go all night. Let's
Well,
add some more.
It's funny you mentioned them earlier, but it was Deep Purple Machine Head. That
You got Machine Head?
Yeah, it was.
What an album that is.
But the thing, what I liked about it, because I'm a sucker, and I mean, for a fuller sound, and when you got that keyboard that played such a prominent role, and again, Doors did it in a way that was.
This is not the Doors. Yeah.
This is not the Doors.
No.
This spoke way more to me on a desert island type of thing.
Yes.
Unbelievable vocals and guitar playing and
It's
all levels.
It's all virtuoso stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, John Lord, the keyboard player, he's cranking a fucking Leslie through a Marshall. Like the Smoke on the Water riff is more him than Richie.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
It's just unreal what that guy did.
Yeah. But that's the simplest part of it. But the other stuff that just the tasty stuff that he
the
would
drumming,
do.
Ian Pace. Oh my God. Listen to the intro to Pictures of Home. I mean, it's insane. What like, it's unreal. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I fucking love that band.
No, and again, a guitar player that, for guitar players.
Oh, he doesn't get mentioned enough.
How does this guy not?
Like guys like you and me do. But your average person, Richie Blackmore, they don't know who that is.
No.
They should.
They
unbelievable.
Should. They
unbelievable.
should. So you need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna, okay.
Okay.
My last one.
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh.
I'm gonna laugh.
Well, just because it's more fucking rock.
Okay.
Got that Maiden.
Oh, he was going Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Got a Number of the Beast. That was not easy either.
Yeah, because you were gonna go with.
Oh, it was tough because I love those Diano albums too, right? The Killers is fucking killer. No
I thought you might have went Peace of Mind for some
Well,
reason.
yeah, I was getting there. Yeah, or that one.
Yeah, see,
Hallowed Be Thy Name's on there.
Dickinson
I mean, come on.
to me is the quintessential Iron Maiden frontman. I know and I appreciate and everything pre-Bruce.
Well, the songs are great. The vocals you can argue about, but those songs are awesome on those Diano albums. They are.
They are.
Oh my God.
But
yeah.
To me, I'm not surprised that it was a Bruce record that topped your
Children of the Damned. I mean, that album is just killer. And again, that's one I bought early. Yeah. Ingrained. So I'm rocking out on my island.
Yeah, you're rocking out, and I'm trying to get through the days and going, what's going to get me to tomorrow? But it's an interesting observation, man.
It was so hard, really, really hard.
If you got the time, and it's not going to happen in 5 minutes, but if you got the time, if I put down your 10. I'd love to see what this is, and we'll talk about it. I mean, honestly, we want to experience music as much as possible. And I'm looking for every opportunity to find new shit. And if you got something new on your list that I haven't heard, man, I'm dying to know what that is.
Right.
Because obviously it spoke to you. If you're spending the time to put down this list. So,
well, I'm going to check out Mr. Cohen.
Mr. Cohen.
Yeah.
Mark Cohen.
Yeah. Again, I kept thinking, okay, this isn't my favorite album. A lot of them are my favorite albums of all time, like if I was to pick my favorite, but not all of them. So
No.
it would differ.
Agreed.
It would differ slightly.
It would
perhaps.
50%.
You go 50?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm quite 50, but clearly. Rock! I just want to rock!
Fuck. I just want you pounding in my ears all night long.
Well, no Metallica. That was tough. Holy fuck, Master of Puppets. Where's that?
Oh, I know. That was my real,
Oh my God. Like, come on.
introduction to that band where it just,
And no Queen. I mean, it's brutal when you start rattling off bands we haven't mentioned.
Night at the Opera was in my top 20.
Well, I see. Yeah. Can we make this a top 100?
Yeah, exactly.
So are we good? Is that a wrap?
Ep 10.
Ep 10. Nice.
Ep 10
Yeah.
in the can. I'm out of booze.
Yeah. I'm out of beer. It's
That
time
was
to
pretty
go.
fun,
That
man. It was
fun.
a challenge.
Yeah.
So I hope you had a good time listening to this one, because this was fucking our brains
And
for a
again,
while.
give us your top 10, man.
Please. That's it.
Yeah. Right
Get
on,
around
man.
rock and roll, baby. Cheers.
Peace out.
Later.